Impeach! Impeach! Black Lives Matter. Many of its supporters lashed out at President Joe Biden, Joe Byron, after he proclaimed that Democrats would help fund the police in a State of the Union speech. Biden emphatically renounced the defund the police movement in his speech, and most Democrats applauded his statement. Boy, it's almost like watching a house of cards fall in on itself. I mean, you built it philosophically and really on bad logic, and there's a fault line in the foundation. And Biden, Joe Byron, he said, proven strategies like community violence interruption, trusted messengers, breaking the cycle of violence and trauma, and giving young people some hope. We should all agree the answer is not to defund the police, it's to fund the police. He sat there and thought that up by himself, didn't he? Makes you wonder. Fund them, he said during the applause. Fund them with resources and training. Resources and training they need to protect our communities. But the BLM account posted a frowning photograph of Representative Maxine Waters in response to Biden's statement. Others were far more strident in their excoriation of Biden. Now, let me just tell you, it got real intelligent from here. One statement, fund the police. F you, Joe Biden. I effing hate this shithole country. Tweeted one user who identified himself as a communist. Well, why don't you just get you a plane ticket to Russia? You could go invade Ukraine. I mean, we don't want you being oppressed in our shithole country. Just jump on an airplane. You know what? Go somewhere, jump on an Aeroflot flight. I don't even think they let Aeroflot land in the United States anymore, which is the Russian national airline. Jump on an Aeroflot. I was on an Aeroflot airplane one time. I reached over. There were chickens on the plane. There were chickens on the plane. Yeah, I was flying across Russia, going to Lake Baikal, and that's Siberia, bro. There were chickens on the plane. I reached over to grab my seatbelt to put it on, and when I pulled it, it just snapped right off. Right there. Done. Yeah, we live in a shithole country, you communists. But back to BLM. Love how Biden listed a bunch of bipartisan things he signed for many groups, and then for black people was like, F your marches. More money for the police. Suck it, blacks. Real cool stuff, is what another commenter said. LMAO, mask off this geriatric Republican light effing whatever. They like to say the word F. I do too, but I'm not right now. Dude says we need to fund the police. He's an enemy of the people. Simple as that, said Albert Corrado, who's a candidate for Los Angeles City Council. F off, Joe. The police are a corrupt, racist, transphobic, queerphobic institution. Yeah. All cops are bastards. Well, don't they just... and this is why when I said I don't want progressivism to take root in Texas, and they came at me and they said, oh, you narrow-minded, that's just an excuse for more white supremacy. No, this is what I'm talking about. These kind of responses right here. These people who call America a shithole country and identify themselves as communists. These people want to F off, about when it comes to the police. Okay. Which, again, trust me, there's a lot that needs to happen when it comes to law enforcement in the country. There does. But this ain't how you're going to go about it, right? I have said forever, Chris, when it comes to law enforcement, it needs to be a more specialized career. It needs to be a more specialized job. It needs to have specific, not only guidelines, but principles, and it needs to be better funded. It needs to be better resourced, and it needs to be harder to get that job. I wouldn't want that job. I don't know anybody that's got any common sense in this or in the next generation that would want this job. Because this is the mindset right here. And you've taken, again, this is where I wish Eric July was here so we could really get his take on the whole thing. I mean, just how it goes here. We do need some overhauling when it comes to that. But again, the whole thing, this defunding the police, no, absolutely not.